to the screen. Well, there we go. I'm coming on screen. I'm here. I'm going to move this up so you don't see just my head. So, hey, how is everyone? I'm kind of playing around with my screen and playing around with what I want to do and how I want to design my setup for the show and things that I want to talk about in the show. So I'm kind of hoping you guys will chime in because that's basically what this is about, is sharing our life together, doing things. One of the reasons why I decided to do this show is because a lot of times we're just living out our life according to other people's perception of us, other people's perception of what should we be doing and what should we not be doing. And, everybody seems to have a hand in our lives and the molding and the shaping of our life. And then we tend to just follow along as if we have no clue. And so living out loud is basically just that. Living out loud as who you are, accepting who you are and living from that. I'm a Christian, so I'm going to be a Christian. And I don't care what other people say or what other people think. Who cares? I'm living out loud as a Christian. I'm an artist. I'm living out loud as an artist. And so it's being who you are and not being bothered with the perception of who you are, being a Black person and living out loud as a Black person and not caring what anybody thinks about it. That's the kind of living out loud I'm talking about, where you take responsibility for who you are and not care what other people think about that. And so that's what living out loud is about. It's about enjoying your life and enjoying being in the skin that you're in. And so that's, for me, living out loud is all about acceptance and living my life in that way and trying new things that you've always wanted to try and you just never did because it's like, oh, no, I'm way too afraid to do that. Or what would people think? Who cares? I used to always say, boy, I can't wait till I'm as old as my grandmother so I could just say whatever I want to say and talk and think, do things I want to do. You know how it is. You have grandma, she's sitting at the table and she just says whatever. And then you're like, you just can't believe grandma said that. But grandma was just living out loud and just living her life. And so I didn't wait. I figured I'm not going to wait till I get to be 80 years old and 70 years old. I'm going to live my best life right now. And that is what this show is all about. Talking about issues, talking about things, and sharing how we together can live our best life without the hindrances of preconceived notions about how we should be living our life or who we should be or what should we be doing. Oh my gosh, I'm 20 years old, I'm 30 years old, I should be somewhere different, I should be doing something different. No, you are exactly where you're supposed to be and living your life. Live your life and not based on how someone else thinks your life should be. Live your life based on what you enjoy, where you should be, and where you want to be. Live your life, not with the things society put on you. I remember years ago, I was working in an art store and I was working with this young lady, and she had a degree in, she had an architectural degree. And she was working as a cashier just like me at this art store. But I chose the art store. I love the art store. And she would sit there and she was like, oh my gosh, I should be somewhere different. I should be doing something different. I said, who told you? She was like, well, I'm 20 years old and I should be doing more and I should be in a totally different place right now. And I said, well, who told you that? Who said that when you hit 20, you should be doing this? When you hit 25, you should be doing this. And when you hit 30, you should be here. Who told you that? I said, maybe you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Maybe this is where you're getting your grooming. This is where you're growing. Maybe this is exactly where you're supposed to be. And I challenged her to think about that, because a lot of times we get caught up in this societal, this is where you're supposed to be. You got to have a child at this age. You got to succeed to this, at this age, you have to be doing this. And if you're not here by this age, you're a failure. You're a complete failure. You know, we live in a failure society. And that's the crazy part about living here. That's the crazy part about living in this world, is because sometimes we're like so busy keeping up with the Joneses until we have no idea who we are. We have no idea who we are because we've never taken the time out to breathe and find out, who am I? Who am I? And so this show is all about taking time and finding out, who are you? And then loving who you are and traveling with yourself and eating with yourself and dining with yourself. I'll never forget. I told my son, I was talking to my son just recently, and I say, you know, it's interesting. I used to be like him, you know, where you just hated the world. You was a teenager and you hate the world, you hate yourself, you know, nothing is ever good enough, and you're not good enough. And you know, I grew up really thin and small, and people used to call me olive oil and all kinds of stuff. So I grew up with a very low opinion of who I was. And I told him, I said, I'll never forget. One day I was walking downtown and I walked past this glass building and I saw myself, because I used to avoid mirrors and all that kind of stuff. And I saw myself and I thought, wow, who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this amazing person? It's weird. It happened just like that. And I began to think about, because, you know, it was like, oh, nobody's asking me out. Nobody takes me out. Nobody this, nobody that. I must be this. I must be that. And so at that moment, I began to realize that I had to like myself. And so I began to take myself out. I began to go out to dinner myself. And I began to, you know, I would go out to dinner and I'd sit at a table and bring a book. And you know what I found out? I was a cool person. I was funny. I was amazing. I loved going for walks by myself because it gave me an opportunity to think. It gave me an opportunity to really enjoy me, because we're so busy sometimes being with all of the noise from what's going on in the world that we never have time to actually find out who we are. We never have time to just sit and enjoy our own company, because we're so busy thinking that we need other company. We need other people. We need validation, when God is our validation. And he allows us to be able to validate ourselves and not have to be validated by the outside world. Because in order to be validated by the outside world, we have to fit into the outside world. We have to fit into all of these things that are going on in the world, and we have to be a part of it, and we have to claim a part of it. And so that means we have to conform to it. And so God is saying, you don't have to. You can actually validate who you are. You can be validated without following along with everybody else, without following along with your mother's idea of you, your sister's idea of you, your cousin, your friend. You can actually live your life literally without following along, and just live and accept who you are. I'll never forget it. I have to say his name. Pastor Brian, one year, he was a pastor of a church that I used to go to. He said, because I used to be up to all the time, crying and boohooing and everything. And he said, Louise, you're different. And I was like, I know that. But he said, then accept it. Then accept it. And that was like boom, boom, boom in my mind because I had never accepted the fact that I was different. I wanted everybody else to accept it. I wanted everybody, like, you all accept me for who I am. But I had never accepted me for who I was. I never accepted me. And the moment I accepted me, I began to live. I began to enjoy my life. And so basically, what this show is all about and what it'll always be about is living out loud, living your best life, living as who you are, who you were created to be, and not apologizing for it, not being sorry for it, not trying to fit into somebody else's bubble, not doing any of that because we're not bubble fitters anymore. We are bubble makers. We're going to make our own bubbles. And then if somebody wants to join our bubble, they're welcome to join our bubble. But if they don't want to join our bubble, it's okay. That's okay too, because everybody can have their own little bubble and swim around in it. So that's basically what this is about. And I am so excited to be able to have people come and join and be a part of what this is about. Also, join the group. There's an I have a Live Out Loud group. Join the group. Share your thoughts. The group is going to be fun. We're going to be doing some fun things. We'll be doing the broadcast from that page, and it's called Live Out Loud. The group name on Facebook is Live Out Loud. I'm going to write that in here so that, give me 1 second. Let's do Live Out Loud so you guys can find it. Let me put that on there. I'm going to put a banner up that says Live Out Loud. Hold on, let me do this. Live Out Loud, because I want you guys to come and join. Come and join. I put Live Out Lord, and that's okay too. So Live Out Lord. So we're just going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have some fun. So definitely join the group. Join the Facebook group entitled Live Out Loud. We're going to have some fun there. We're going to do fun things on it. Let's see. Okay, live. I know. I thought I typed it in. So, and definitely, if you only caught part of this video, definitely go back and catch some more of it because I'm actually going to be working on I'm trying to work on my set today, Loud, and that's on Facebook. So go check the group out, go join the group, and because I'm challenging you to live out loud. We're literally coming into 2021. 2020 has been a year of clarity, a year of rebirth, a year of renewing of yourself. So definitely look at that. And coming into 2021, I want you to experience life to its fullest. Take off all the old baggage that you came into the year with, just like dropping baggage off, drop that baggage off, drop it off, darling. Darling, drop the baggage off. That's how we're going to look at it. We're going to look at dropping the baggage off. Go to Live Out Loud. That is the name of the group on Facebook is entitled Live Out Loud. So definitely go check out the Facebook group and join in to Live Out Loud on Facebook, because I would love to have you there. And I want your opinion. I want to know what you're talking about. I want to know what you're up to. I want to know what your thought processes are. I want to know what you're feeling. I want to know all of those things about you. And that's the whole thing. So that's what this group is about. And what I'm doing today, because it doesn't start until, the broadcast won't start until the 27th. So definitely tune in for the broadcast, because we'll be up and going on the 27th. of this month. So definitely check us out. Come through and check us out. It'll be at 10 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Like today, I'm just kind of hanging out here with you guys. I wanted to kind of check in and say, hey, I'm looking forward to the talk show. We'll have guests coming on, and we're just going to be chatting about things that affect our lives. You know, just going out and having a lot of fun and enjoying life. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to enjoy life. I want you guys to hang out with me, say, hey, Louise, hey. I want you guys to just hang out with me and let's see what's going on in the world today, see what's going on with our life, and give me your opinion. I'm sitting here trying to figure out my layout. So, I got a nice little chair. I'm trying to figure out my studio. So give me your opinion. I'm looking at draping some fabric. As you can see, I have some fabric here because I use this because I do other broadcasts from here, and I do other streams from here. So I'm actually this is my gray backdrop. So I'm changing it around. I got a sign, Live Out Loud sign that's going to come in a couple of days. That's going to go up here. But I have this really neat sort of like white chair that I'm putting out. So I want you guys to see it. I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to let you guys see it. So I have like this white chair here. And you guys let me know what you think. I'm just, because I'm just kind of playing around with my setup. Live Out Loud appearing as someone else's page. What is that? Oh, what do you mean it's appearing as someone else's page? Somebody, it could be on my, I know I have it on several pages. I have it on my Louise Cutler Studios page as well. So it might be that as well. So definitely, so let me see. So it's on my Live Out Loud. Let's see, Live Out Loud. Let's see. It's okay. Somebody said he says it's appearing as someone else's page. Let's have a look and see where Live Out Loud is appearing. It should say Live Out Loud. It should be on my page site. So let me check it out. And I'm going to put it in my search bar. Live Out Loud. Live Out Loud. There we go. Let's see. No, it's a group. I'm sorry. It's a group, not a page. It's a group. It's Live Out Loud is actually a group. It's not a page. It's a group. Halloween photos. Yeah, it's a group. It's not a page. I didn't create it as a page. It's a group. So it's the Live Out Loud group. You don't want to do the Halloween page. So, but it's a group. So what I'm trying to do today is kind of figure out how I want to do my layout. So like I said, I have a nice little sign that's being made, my Live Out Loud sign, which I think is kind of fun, which is going to go somewhere in here. But I'm not sure if I want to put it on this wall or the other one. And then I also have these really cool flowers because I'm thinking I want to put a really neat flower, a nice bouquet of flowers here. So I have this nice chair. I'm going to show you the chair. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this down. Hey, Glinda. And let's see, Miss Brother Johnson, thank you so much for constantly giving me your feedback. So I'm going to take this down so you guys can kind of see my chair. So this is basically, so I'm looking at doing this chair, and I'll sit it back a little bit so I can like sit here and chat, but I'll bring things forward. Like right now, it's a little far back, but I'm going to bring things forward. So let me know what your thoughts are. And then I have a table over here as well. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to bring this a little forward like this, so I'm a little forward, a little closer. And then I'll be able to bring as you can see, so I'll bring this down. So I'm thinking my sign will have to go about right here. And then this is my chair that I'll be able to sit in. So what do you think? How does that look? So, because that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of getting your, oh, you can't hear me? Okay, so, all right. So can you hear me now, Glenda? Glenda says she can't hear me. Can't hear. Can't hear. Let's see. All right, because my audio is on. My audio is on. How about now, Glenda? Can you hear me? My audio's on. Nice, better. I can hear you now. Okay, good. All right. So, because what I'm thinking is what do you think about? Because this is the chair I was thinking of sitting in. Normally, when I do like my artist interviews, I'm in this chair. I sit in this chair. And this is my, like my interview chair. I sit here and I interview artists, and I'm like this. But I wanted to try something a little different for this show. And so I was going more for sitting back in a nice chair like this, so that I can, relax a little bit, chat with you all, things like that. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of creating that, and I have different fabrics. I'm not sure. This one I like a lot. This one might be a little yellow. So it might be a little yellow, and so it doesn't quite go with the chair, but I'm not sure. But I'm looking at this fabric, but I also have some really nice, I'm looking at doing my table. I'm looking at doing the table. So I have this cute little table right here. And so I'm not sure if I want to turn it this way or turn it this way, because this one also, it's one of the little tables that you can bring out. And I'm not sure. Nice. So I'm not sure if I want to turn it, but I'm thinking it probably looks better turned, or maybe this way, or maybe that way. So I'm still trying to figure out the table situation, because I don't know, or I can have the table pulled back a little bit. I'm thinking maybe have the table pulled back a little bit, like right in here where it's not sitting out as much. So that's my thought. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And then maybe I'll put this one over here. So I'm thinking I might take this yellow color down. I'm thinking I'll take that yellow color down, and I'll probably go with this color over here. So let's put this color over here. Let's see what that looks like. So let's see what this looks like over here, like that. Doing that over there. I'm thinking, so, because this one isn't as yellow. What do you think? I think this is, whoa. Oh, I'm about to break my vase. What do you think of this vase? I was thinking of putting this vase right here. Let's see, depending on what you're doing, put on the table. Well, I'm thinking of doing this vase right here. And then I have these. I'll let you see these flowers. So I have these, and I was thinking of doing these like that. What do you think of that? So yeah, so I was thinking of doing this floral, and then swapping it out for this, swapping it out during the season. So I think this kind of works, right? And I think I'll probably put something, maybe have something over here. We'll just move this. And then I'm thinking maybe my banner could go on this side. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I could put like my banner over here or right here, or I could spread this out more. Let's see. I could probably spread this out more like this. Spread that out more like that. What do you think? How is that? Okay, that's kind of nice to have that a little more spread out. This right here, spread that out a little more. And then, I kind of like that. So this kind of works. pretty well. I kind of like this, and this makes for a nice, I can chat with you and talk with you and share insight. And then if we ever have a guest, I can put another chair over there. If we have an in-house guest, I can put a chair over there and we can have an in-house guest, or it can all still be right there. Thank you. Thank you. I think this is very nice. I like this sort of feel, and I can do like different things on here, and I can chat with everybody. So that was why I came on today, just to kind of get a feel for how I wanted to design the studio and see what I could, what kind of things I could do with it. I didn't want to stay on long. Thank you guys for tuning, you guys, Glenda and everybody, for tuning in and seeing what I was doing. Definitely go over if you get time and join the group, I'm sitting on a pumpkin. We'll put that pumpkin right there for now. I was sitting on a pumpkin. Definitely go over and join the Live Out Loud. Go over and join the Live Out Loud group on Facebook. Like I said, we'll be doing more things. We'll be talking more. You can give me insight if there's things you want to talk about, let me know. I'm going to be having some of the members from the group will be joining in on some of the conversations live, and just being able to talk about different things that are going on in their life and how they are living out loud, or how they are planning to live out loud, or how they're going about their life as themselves and not being caught up in this societal concept of this is what you're supposed to be doing, this is how you're supposed to be doing it, and living their best life. It's like one of my kids he says, well, it's hard because you live with all of these foundations that your parents put on you and concepts, and then you have to kind of break free to be yourself. And it is so true. Even with my own children, it's like you put so much on them, and then it's like, who am I? They have to break through that to find out who they are. And so definitely, even within ourselves, it's something that I've had to do in my life to discover who I am. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there have had to do the same thing. So thank you for tuning in. I will probably be doing this another time next week, just kind of playing around, tweaking everything, because Living Out Loud will start on the 27th. I think that's the date. It starts on the 27th, Tuesday the 27th. So I definitely want you guys to tune in. It will be every Tuesday. So definitely tune in for Living Out Loud, starting on the 27th at 10 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So kind of check out when that time is for you. 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. If you missed it and wasn't here for the whole thing, definitely go back and kind of check out and listen, because I was sharing some things about what it means to live out loud. What does it mean to live out loud as a person here on planet Earth, and not get caught in the trappings of society and what society's perception of who you are and what you're supposed to be. So definitely tune in starting on the 27th, but I'll be back for a little bit next week, just kind of tweaking my background and seeing and trying out some new things. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next time on Living Out Loud. Bye.